Welcome to World Numismatic finds journey through time with the iconic one-penny coins of the United Kingdom, where history, heritage, and artistry are beautifully captured in copper. From the Edwardian elegance of 1907 to the post-war resilience of 1918, the regal refinement of 1937, the rebuilding era of 1948, and the cultural pride embodied in the 1966 issue, each coin carries its own unique story. These pennies are far more than just pieces of currency. They are living testaments to Britain's monarchy, economy, and society across different eras. Collectors around the world treasure them not only for their historical importance but also for their rarity, fine condition, and increasing value in today's market, making them highly desirable gems for any serious collection. Let's get started up with the one-penny coin of the United Kingdom from the year 1907 stands as a remarkable treasure of numismatic history, capturing the very essence of Edwardian Britain and offering collectors today not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of an era long past. To begin with, let us step back into its introduction, where this coin represents far more than its original value. In the early 20th century, the British Empire was at its height, and coins such as the 1907 penny were daily reminders of stability, strength, and continuity. For collectors and enthusiasts, this coin in fine condition is now far removed from its modest beginnings as a circulating piece of bronze and has become instead an emblem of rarity and high desirability. When considering the background of the 1907 penny, it was struck during the reign of King Edward VII, who ruled from 1901 until 1910. This was a time of industrial expansion, social change, and a nation preparing for what the future might hold. The Royal Mint produced these coins to the highest standard of craftsmanship, ensuring durability as well as elegance in design. Coins of this period have gained immense significance because they represent the shorter reign of Edward VII, making them especially collectible. Looking at the head and tail representation, the obverse side of the coin carries the portrait of King Edward VII, sculpted with fine detail that conveys his dignity and authority. Around the portrait, inscriptions reflect his official title, serving as a clear record of his reign. On the reverse side, the design features the iconic seated figure of Britannia holding her trident and shield, a timeless symbol of British power, naval supremacy, and pride. This dual imagery makes the 1907 penny not just a means of exchange but a miniature work of art, rich with symbolism. In terms of cultural and historical values, the coin embodies the Edwardian era, a period that bridged the Victorian legacy and the turbulent times of the First World War. It was a phase marked by elegance in design, steady economic growth, and a confidence in the empire. For many collectors today, owning a 1907 penny means holding a tangible connection to that fascinating moment in history, a coin that circulated through the hands of everyday citizens more than a century ago and yet still endures as a piece of living history. The weight of the coin is another factor worth mentioning. Struck in bronze, the 1907 penny typically weighs around 9.4 grams, giving it a solid and enduring feel, with a diameter of 30.8 millimeters. This size and composition made it both practical for everyday use and durable enough to survive over a century, especially for those rare examples that still appear in fine condition today. Now, moving on to key facts, the 1907 penny is notable for being a part of the Edwardian coinage series, which lasted only a few short years due to the king's relatively brief reign. Its relatively limited production period adds to its collectible nature, as does the fact that not all examples have survived in good condition. Many were worn down in circulation, meaning that a coin from 1907 still displaying sharp details and an attractive surface is regarded as a true rarity. As far as rarity and condition are concerned, this coin becomes exceptionally desirable when found in fine or better condition. Collectors place high emphasis on the sharpness of the king's portrait, the clarity of Britannia, and the preservation of the rim and lettering. Those examples which have been carefully preserved or lightly circulated are snapped up quickly on the collector's market, often sparking bidding competitions between enthusiasts eager to secure this piece for their collections. Turning towards the current market value in dollars, it is fascinating to note just how far this once humble penny has risen. While common and heavily worn examples may be accessible to the average collector, coins in fine or especially rare condition can command extraordinary prices. Today, a fine condition 1907 penny can reach impressive figures, with some examples noted in auctions achieving around $21,600, while particularly high-grade specimens or those with exceptional provenance can even climb towards $32,230. These values demonstrate the enormous interest and demand surrounding this coin, transforming it from an everyday currency of Edwardian Britain into a highly valuable asset in the numismatic world. For collectors interested in adding such a piece to their holdings, a few tips are worth considering. Always look for authenticity and condition, ensuring the coin has been well preserved and displays strong detail. Trusted dealers, reputable auctions, and careful research will help in making a wise acquisition. It is also important to handle these coins with care, avoiding unnecessary contact that could damage their surfaces. Keeping the coin in a proper protective holder will help safeguard its condition for the future. In conclusion, the 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom dated 1907 is more than just a piece of bronze currency. It is a representation of Edwardian history, British cultural pride, and fine craftsmanship from the Royal Mint. With its beautiful designs, limited period of issue and increasing rarity, it has become a highly sought-after gem in the world of coin collecting. Its current market value reaching tens of thousands of dollars only underscores the strong demand and admiration collectors hold for it today. Owning such a coin is not just an investment, but a chance to preserve and celebrate a piece of Britain's rich numismatic legacy. At number 2, we are going to take a deep dive into the 1918 penny, exploring its background, its design on both sides, its cultural and historical values, its weight and key details, and of course, its rarity and market value in today's collector circles. This is a coin that truly stands out in fine condition, and it continues to command high demand across international markets. Looking first at the background, the 1918 penny was struck during a very crucial moment in world history, the closing period of the First World War. At that time, Britain was under the reign of King George V, and the coinage reflected both stability and strength, even in difficult times. The production of pennies in 1918 took place at both the Royal Mint and under contract at private mints such as the King's Norton Metal Company and the Heaton Mint, making some versions particularly rare and interesting for specialists. This makes every 1918 penny an object worth closer inspection, as certain mint marks can add considerable value and desirability. When examining the head and tail representation, the obverse of the coin shows the portrait of King George V facing left, with a Latin inscription surrounding his image. This portrait became iconic across British coinage and gives the coin a sense of royal authority. On the reverse, we find the majestic figure of Britannia seated, holding her trident and shield, a symbol of Britain's naval power and enduring resilience. The design is one of the most recognized in British numismatic history, and it embodies both pride and tradition, making the coin appealing not only to collectors but also to those with a deep appreciation for British heritage. Cultural and historical values attached to the 1918 penny are immense. It was issued during a period of global conflict, with soldiers returning home and Britain undergoing enormous social and economic change. The coin itself circulated in the daily lives of ordinary people, used for everyday purchases, and thus it carries with it the silent stories of that transformative era. For numismatists, it represents a bridge between past and present, and for historians, it is a small but significant piece of the wider tapestry of early 20th century Britain. In terms of specifications, the coin was struck in bronze, with a weight of around 9.45 grams and a diameter of 30.8 millimeters. These details are important for collectors when identifying genuine pieces and ensuring authenticity. The durability of bronze means many coins survived, but very few remain in fine or better condition today, which greatly influences their value. Some of the key facts about the 1918 penny include its multiple mint origins and the subtle mint marks that can appear below the date. Collectors often search specifically for those with the H for Heaton or KN for King's Norton, as these are scarcer than the standard Royal Mint issue. This small detail adds an extra layer of intrigue, and it is precisely these kinds of subtleties that make the coin market so exciting for enthusiasts. Now, when it comes to rarity and condition, the 1918 penny in fine condition stands out as a coin in very high demand. While lower-grade examples are relatively accessible, once you step into fine, very fine, or even extremely fine conditions, the number of available coins drops significantly, and competition among collectors increases sharply. This naturally pushes up the value, especially in international markets where British coinage enjoys strong interest. As of today, the market value of a 1918 1 penny coin in fine condition is highly impressive. Depending on provenance, condition, and mint mark, it can command prices around $20,300, with certain exceptional examples and rarer variants even reaching up to $29,200. This illustrates just how sought after this coin has become, and it serves as a reminder of the incredible potential of British coinage as a long-term investment for dedicated collectors. For collectors seeking to add a 1918 penny to their collection, some key tips would be to carefully study mint marks, always verify authenticity with trusted dealers, and pay special attention to the grade. Fine condition or better is where the real value lies, and proper storage is essential to maintain that condition over time. With such coins, patience is also vital. Finding the right piece at the right price can take time, but the reward is worth the effort, especially given the steady upward trajectory in demand and value. In conclusion, the 1918 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom is far more than an old piece of currency. It is a powerful link to Britain's royal, cultural, and wartime history, embodied in a bronze coin that has survived over a century. Its design, its story, and its rarity all combine to create a piece that is admired globally, and its current market values prove just how much collectors treasure it today. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer looking to build a collection, the 1918 penny stands as an exciting, historically rich, and highly rewarding coin to pursue, and one that continues to show remarkable strength in today's coin market. At number 3, the 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom from the year 1937 stands today as one of the most admired treasures in British numismatic history, and for collectors around the world, it represents far more than just a piece of bronze struck over 8 decades ago. To many, this coin is not only a symbol of currency used in everyday trade during the reign of King George VI, but also a marker of the transition into a new royal era. When we speak of the 1937 penny in fine condition, we are speaking of a coin that continues to grow in both historical appreciation and collector demand, and today its market value in dollars makes it an increasingly desirable acquisition. The background of the 1937 penny connects deeply to the period of King George VI's ascension to the throne, following the abdication crisis of his brother, Edward VIII. The Royal Mint produced this penny to mark the continuation of Britain's coinage under a new monarch, ensuring that his portrait was immediately recognized across the nation. The year 1937 is significant, as it marks the first official coinage of King George VI, and it carries with it the weight of history, as the country prepared itself for a time of both national pride and looming global conflict. On the obverse, or head side, of the coin, we see the dignified portrait of King George VI facing left, designed with elegance and authority, a reflection of his steadying role in the monarchy during uncertain times. The Latin inscription surrounding the portrait pays tribute to his titles as king and emperor, and this makes the coin a powerful piece of royal representation. On the reverse, often referred to as the tail, sits the iconic figure of Britannia, helmeted and seated with trident in hand and shield by her side, looking over the seas that Britain commanded. This design, steeped in tradition, was emblematic of strength, naval supremacy, and national pride, continuing a long lineage of British coins carrying Britannia as a symbol of unity and defense. In terms of cultural and historical value, the 1937 penny is not merely an object of trade, but a reflection of Britain's enduring identity. It was struck at a time when the world was standing at the edge of monumental change, and coins such as these became part of the everyday lives of citizens who would soon witness the hardships of the Second World War. The penny carried not just monetary worth, but a connection to the monarchy, the empire, and the everyday British experience. Collectors see these coins as miniature history books, holding within their bronze surfaces the story of a nation in transition. The weight of the 1937 penny is approximately 9.4 grams, with a diameter of about 30.8 millimeters, made from high-quality bronze, giving it the sturdy feel that collectors admire. These physical characteristics ensured that the penny was both durable in circulation and visually striking, with its broad surface perfectly accommodating the finely detailed imagery. When examining key facts about the 1937 penny, one must highlight that it marked the first official coinage year for King George VI, and because of this, it holds a particularly special place in British numismatics. The design was carefully crafted to represent both continuity and stability at a time when the monarchy needed to reaffirm its strength to the people. It also has the advantage of being part of the final decades of large-sized penny coinage, before the decimalisation of the currency in later years changed Britain's monetary system entirely. As with any coin, rarity and condition play an essential role in determining collector demand. While millions of pennies were produced for circulation, finding one from 1937 in truly fine condition, with its details still crisp and lustrous, is far less common than it might seem. Collectors are willing to pay a significant premium for examples that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and strong eye appeal. The rarity in superior grades makes this penny particularly attractive for serious collectors who seek to secure high-quality additions to their collections. When we consider the current market value in dollars, the 1937 penny in fine condition has reached impressive levels, reflecting the high demand it continues to generate. Depending on the quality, provenance, and specific characteristics of the coin, values can range remarkably. Today, examples of this penny in fine to high grades can command between $19,520 and an astonishing $27,000 at auctions or in specialist numismatic markets. This demonstrates not only its historical importance but also the intense interest collectors around the world continue to show in securing it. For those who are new to collecting or looking to add a coin like this to their portfolio, a few tips are worth considering. Always ensure that you source coins from reputable dealers or auction houses to guarantee authenticity. Pay careful attention to grading, as even small differences in condition can make a large impact on value. Handling such coins with care and preserving them in protective cases ensures their long-term beauty and value are maintained. Most importantly, approach your collection with patience and passion, as the joy of numismatics lies not only in investment but also in holding a genuine piece of history in your hands. In conclusion, the one-penny coin of the United Kingdom from 1937 is a remarkable treasure that embodies history, artistry, and the enduring strength of the British monarchy. With its cultural symbolism, its distinctive design, and its rising market value in dollars, this coin continues to shine as a beacon for collectors worldwide. Whether admired for its historical connections, sought for its rarity, or valued for its financial appreciation, the 1937 penny in fine condition is undoubtedly a prized jewel in the world of British coinage, and its demand shows no signs of diminishing. At number 4, the 1948 penny belongs to the reign of King George VI and carries with it both cultural weight and collectible value, making it one of those coins that continues to capture the imagination of coin enthusiasts around the world. Looking into the background of the 1948 one-penny coin, we must remember that this was a time when Britain was emerging from the devastation of the Second World War. Economic recovery was slow, rationing was still in place, and the penny remained a vital coin in the daily transactions of millions. Issued at the Royal Mint, the coin represented continuity in a nation that was rebuilding itself. It reflected stability in uncertain times and formed part of the broader pre-decimal coinage system that had defined British currency for centuries. When we examine the head and tail representation of this coin, we immediately notice the distinguished portrait of King George VI on the obverse side, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget. His portrait is sharp, regal, and symbolic of a monarch who had guided his people through wartime and into the post-war years. On the reverse side, we see Britannia, the iconic female figure seated with her trident and shield, a design that had been synonymous with the British penny for decades. This classic imagery reinforces the strength and endurance of the nation, and for collectors today, it is a timeless piece of numismatic art. The cultural and historical values of the 1948 one-penny coin cannot be understated. It was a coin that circulated widely in a country still heavily influenced by its empire and traditions, yet transitioning into a new era of modernization. Owning such a coin today is like holding a small piece of British heritage, a reminder of both resilience and identity. Collectors often value it not just for its physical presence, but for the history and legacy it represents. In terms of physical details, the 1948 one-penny coin has a weight of 9.4 grams and was struck in bronze, a traditional composition that gives it both durability and a warm, rich color. Its size and feel in the hand make it instantly recognizable, and its classic dimensions reflect the enduring nature of British coinage standards of the time. Several key facts make the 1948 one-penny coin attractive to collectors. First, it is part of the George VI series, which is widely collected due to the King's historic role during and after the Second World War. Second, while not the rarest of the pennies from the 20th century, examples in fine condition are becoming increasingly difficult to source, as circulation wear over decades has diminished their quality. Well-preserved examples retain sharp detail on both the King's portrait and Britannia, which significantly enhances their desirability. When it comes to rarity and condition, collectors know that quality is everything. A heavily worn 1948 penny may hold little beyond sentimental value, but one preserved in fine condition or better quickly becomes a desirable collector's item. The demand for such coins is high because they combine accessibility with historical importance. A coin that has been kept free from heavy wear, scratches, or corrosion demonstrates the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint and appeals strongly to serious collectors. Now to the question of value in today's market. A 1948 one-penny coin in fine condition can fetch an impressive sum. Current trends indicate that such a coin can command around $14,500 in the collector's market, while examples of exceptional preservation, with sharper details and minimal signs of wear, can rise to even greater heights, sometimes reaching as much as $25,500. These figures highlight the significant investment potential of the 1948 penny and demonstrate just how much demand exists for this iconic coin. For collectors seeking to add the 1948 one-penny coin to their collection, there are several tips worth keeping in mind. Always prioritize condition, as coins with clear details, an attractive patina, and minimal blemishes will always be more sought after. Authenticity is equally important, so ensure that purchases are made from reputable dealers or auction houses to avoid counterfeits. It is also wise to research recent sales trends, as the coin market can fluctuate, and staying informed ensures you make the right investment at the right time. In conclusion, the 1948 one-penny coin of the United Kingdom is far more than just a piece of currency. It is a historical artifact that symbolizes resilience, tradition, and national pride. With its strong design, cultural significance, and remarkable market value, it has secured a special place in the world of coin collecting. Whether held as an investment or cherished as a piece of British heritage, this coin demonstrates how even the most ordinary-seeming objects can achieve extraordinary worth. For collectors, The 1948 penny in fine condition is without doubt a treasure worth seeking, admired for both its historical resonance and its ever-increasing demand in today's numismatic market. At last, the 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom, dated 1966, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts of British numismatics. Although it was produced in large numbers before the decimalisation of currency in 1971, coins in fine condition from this year have come to be viewed as a meaningful treasure, representing the final era of the traditional pre-decimal penny that had been in circulation for centuries. To own a 1966 penny is to hold a piece of heritage that reflects the social, cultural, and economic journey of Britain in the mid-20th century. Looking into the background, the 1966 1 penny coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and was one of the last regular issues of the penny before decimalisation. This was a period when Britain was still holding on to its traditional coinage system, and the penny continued to serve as a vital part of everyday transactions. The coin is notable for its design, which continued the classic imagery of the bronze penny series that began in Victorian times. On the obverse side, the head portrays the young bust of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This youthful portrait was admired for its fresh and graceful depiction of Her Majesty, capturing the optimism of a new Elizabethan age. The reverse side, known as the tail, displays the seated figure of Britannia holding her trident and shield, a design steeped in symbolism representing Britain's maritime power, unity, and resilience. The cultural and historical values of this coin go far beyond its face value. By the mid-1960s, the United Kingdom was modernizing rapidly, yet the penny remained a daily companion in people's lives. It was a coin that children used to buy sweets, families used for small purchases, and traders accepted in bustling marketplaces. The Britannia design itself had been used for generations, and to see it on the 1966 issue gave a sense of continuity with the nation's past. For collectors today, that blend of youthful Queen Elizabeth II and the ancient image of Britannia makes the coin a symbolic piece of tradition meeting modernity. In terms of weight and composition, the coin was struck in bronze, weighing approximately 9.4 grams with a diameter of about 31 millimeters, making it a substantial coin compared to modern decimal pennies. This size and weight give the 1966 penny an impressive presence in the hand, and when preserved in fine condition, its shine and detailing make it an attractive specimen to display. Some key facts about this coin make it especially appealing to collectors. Although millions were produced, very few remain in high-grade condition because they were used heavily in circulation until being withdrawn in 1971. This makes fine condition examples increasingly sought after. The rarity factor is not about mintage numbers alone but about quality and preservation. Collectors are particularly drawn to coins that retain strong detail in the Queen's portrait, minimal wear on Britannia, and clear edges without dents or heavy scratches. When discussing rarity and condition for collector demand, it is clear that the 1966 1 penny coin stands out when graded at fine or above. Such coins are not easy to come by because most were worn down before decimalisation. This is why the value of these coins has seen a steady rise in recent years, as more collectors compete to acquire high-quality pieces. Currently, the market value of a well-preserved 1966 penny in fine condition can range impressively, with some examples achieving figures around $9,200, while particularly exceptional specimens in extremely fine condition or those with provenance can even fetch up to $14,500 at auctions or through specialist dealers. These high values are a testament to the increasing demand and the appreciation of the cultural significance of this pre-decimal relic. For collectors who wish to invest in or preserve the 1966 penny, there are some important tips to consider. Always ensure proper storage in coin capsules or acid-free holders to protect against tarnishing and environmental damage. Avoid handling the coin directly with fingers, as oils can diminish its condition over time. Provenance and certification from reputable grading authorities can further enhance the desirability and market price of the coin. Moreover, keeping an eye on auction trends and numismatic publications can provide valuable insights into shifts in demand and pricing. In conclusion, the 1966 1 penny coin of the United Kingdom is far more than just a bronze piece from the past. It is a symbol of British heritage, an artifact of the pre-decimal currency system, and a prized possession for collectors worldwide. With its historical design, strong cultural resonance, and increasing rarity in fine condition, it continues to attract significant interest and value in today's coin market. For anyone looking to begin or enhance their collection, the 1966 penny represents both a fascinating story and a worthwhile investment. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed learning about this remarkable coin, be sure to like, share and subscribe for more videos on rare and valuable coins of the United Kingdom.